Official sources continue to claim that the jet aircraft trails, which linger, spread, and fill our skies with sun-blocking haze, are just condensation.
Now, hydrocarbon fuel burns in air. Water is the largest byproduct by mass. At low atmospheric pressures, higher than 25,000 feet, and temperatures less than -40 degrees, water vapor always condenses into cloud, or anytime the addition of this small amount pushes the humidity past the saturation point. So in any given set of atmospheric conditions, all planes will either produce a condensation trail or not.
But that narrative is a lie. Atmospheric particulate testing has now conclusively proven that the jet aircraft dispersed trails and haze in our once deep blue skies is not condensation as we have been told.
Behind popular myths, there are at least three possibilities. Contrails are the normal and expected result of fuel-burning planes flying at high altitude. All trails left in the sky by planes must be the result of covert spraying of chemicals, or some contrails are natural and some are chemtrails. Well, the first one we know for sure. But what if the government wants to spray chemicals into the atmosphere, according to the popular urban legend?
Global geoengineering operations are an undeniable reality. Skies all over the planet are now, almost constantly, completely altered from the lingering, expanding, sky-blocking jet aircraft trails. The official narrative that this is all just condensation is a verifiable lie. Look closely at the characteristics of the jet aircraft dispersion captured in this short video. First, the inside left particulate dispersion nozzle appears to be misaligned. Thus, the dispersion trail is not parallel to the other three dispersions from the aircraft. The atmospheric wake of the aircraft pulls the particulate dispersion into a swirling pattern with an appearance very similar to smoke. Why? Because smoke is a particulate, the same as what is being dispersed from jet aircraft as part of the ongoing global solar radiation management operations. The length and consistency of this sprayed particulate dispersion formation is beyond alarming and is exactly the result that is called for in climate engineering patents.
They are absolutely not contrails. Contrails do not linger, dissipate, and go into cloud coverage, period, in the report.
We're officially told that we should expect to see long, lingering, sun-blocking trails from modern jet engines. Again, also a lie. All commercial aircraft and all military tankers are equipped with a high-bypass turbofan jet engine. This engine is simply a jet-powered fan that's designed for maximum fuel efficiency. 85% of the air that passes through a high bypass engine is non-combusted, just air. So, to be clear, by its very design, the high bypass jet engine is nearly incapable of producing any condensation trail except under the rarest and most extreme of circumstances. The conclusion that commercial and military jet aircraft have been retrofitted with spray nozzles is not hypothesis, theory, or speculation. It's a verifiable fact, which photographic and film evidence proves beyond any shadow of a doubt. What about the interiors of jet aircraft? For those who think that the jets in our skies only carry passengers, mail, or consumer goods, think again. What other agendas are the atmospheric spraying programs a part of? The agendas are many. The issue is complex, including over-the-horizon radar enhancement, communications augmentation, weather warfare, and biological testing. The ongoing climate engineering atrocities in our sky. Aerosol dispersing geoengineering tanker jets are frequently flying with can clearly see the near constant atmospheric particulate spray. Every breath we take contains the toxic fallout from the ongoing climate engineering operations. How long can you hold your breath? Mainstream publications are increasingly being forced to address the question of geoengineering because the climate engineering crimes are now becoming all but impossible to cover up in plain sight.
I kept saying to people, what is this? Because now the sky is no longer blue, it's starting to turn gray. And what I found was a lot of people were pretending it wasn't happening. It was kind of like it was not socially acceptable. We're all going to pretend this is not really happening. And I thought, oh, this is very bad.
Prior history has proven that we have used weather back in the Vietnam conflict. Suddenly, you don't take a weapon off the table that was able to provide good data, provided a good reason for it to be used at that time. Should you expect that it is available on demand to have the ability to modify weather? Absolutely, within this country and others.
Because we're talking about a very expensive global spraying program that involves all, if not almost all, sovereign nations.
We have government documents, Senate documents, patents, military documents. We have film footage of
official sources tell us we are only seeing condensation trails in our skies. They tell us jet trails can last for hours and expand to cover the entire horizon or not exist at all, depending on atmospheric conditions. They tell us what is clearly a jet spray dispersion being turned on and off is only our imagination. Are we to blindly believe the glaring, blatant, and completely absurd official lies, or are we to believe what we can see with our own eyes? Climate engineering aerosol spray dispersions are absolutely and inarguably occurring in skies all over the globe, as this shocking video so clearly illustrates. Illegal, highly toxic, and unimaginably destructive geoengineering solar radiation management programs have long since been fully deployed. We must all make our voices heard in the critical battle to wake the masses to this.
Them turning dispersions on and off with nozzles visible. We have lab tests from all over the globe, verifying that the exact elements named in climate engineering patents are showing up.
Is spraying from airliner altitude an effective way to do it? Well, there are good science-based reasons why this wouldn't work. Those headwinds and tailwinds the pilot tells you about over the intercom are the jet streams, from 25,000 feet on up to about 60,000 feet, which includes the full range of airliner flight levels. If the idea is to drug the population, chemtrails wouldn't work, because anything sprayed into the jet stream is going to get blown safely out to sea, where it will be diluted to undetectable levels and eventually rain into the ocean.
We have collected samples directly from the emissions from aircrafts. We have identified particles in there and have shown nanoparticles of these metal oxides that are damaging to biological tissue and affect human health.
Elements like aluminum, barium, strontium, polymer fibers, all of which are highly toxic, all of which are being absorbed by the entire web of life, including us.
I know enough to know that we're talking about serious risk, and serious risk to your health. Everything I see in terms of the pattern says there's a war going on covertly.
Climate engineering fallout is completely contaminating our waters, our soils, our crops, and every breath we take, thus impacting every aspect of our health. Geoengineering particles are nanoscale. So small, they go straight through our lung lining, into our bloodstream, and adhere to cell receptors like plaque. Once absorbed, they are almost impossible to expel from our systems.
The layer was filled with these nanomaterials, and that was our first evidence that this is, that these nanomaterials are directly associated with the emissions from these planes.
We're simply asking people to investigate the facts and to stop believing the official denial.
This is an intentional research area with unknown purposes.
We need our military personnel, all branches of the service. We need all their help. We need the answers to get to the bottom of this national security problem.
Dire issue. Time is not on our side. This is Dane Wigington with Geoengineeringwatch.org.